So I have quite a bit of knives made out of Hitachi white steel. Some are memorable and kind of expensive. Some are not so expensive, and I really don't have any attachment. Let's put this thing away because YouTube doesn't like it probably. The only reason 1911 is here is because of Mary Carter and because of what I think about Hitachi white steel, the similarity, the mentality behind these. So these are special to me, so let's put them away so that I don't accidentally drop them or damage them. So this video is a kind of video response to viewers' comment, which is not that important. Just recently someone left a comment on my 2-year-old video. I will put a video link in the description down below. So he was basically commenting about my comment, and he says he has been using exclusively Watanabe blade knives for past 25 years or so, and he's very close with Shinich. And basically he was explaining how precise his procedure is, and that's great. I'm not interested, to be honest. I don't know who you know and who you are very close with. That's none of my business. But this comment made me think probably I should tell my video's viewer about the truth about Hitachi Steel, because he was mentioning about Watanabe's heat treatment is so precise, even Hitachi considers or use his data for the reference and things like that, which again I don't care. But the truth is, Hitachi Steel no longer exists. As of 2021 summer, Bain Capital, Boston, Massachusetts, bought Hitachi Steel roughly for $7.5 billion. Hitachi Steel as a company wasn't really doing great. So, Hitachi is a big conglomerate, and Hitachi Steel is only a small division of Hitachi Group. And Hitachi Steel wasn't really financially doing good. And steels for cutlery, they are really, really tiny part of their business. Just like a motorcycle division is a tiny, tiny part of Kawasaki Heavy Industries. KHI is a company that makes helicopters, ships, and gas turbine engines. The motorcycle is really, really small part of this big company's business. But anyway, so now Hitachi Steel no longer exists. New company's name is Proterial. Pro as I believe in professional. Terial comes from material. That's my guess. I could be wrong, but probably wouldn't be that far. That brings a big question. New ownership, are they going to keep producing Hitachi white steel or even blue, yellow, blue super line? Because these steels, especially white, isn't really making any profit. They are great for us, knife enthusiasts, and probably for someone like Mary Carter, some 20-25 years ago. These steels still are great. But the simple fact is, they are not the best steel for cutlery. First of all, their heat treatment is difficult. The effective temperature range is very narrow, so the heat treatment must be done precisely. The temperature must be spot on. And to be honest, there are steels that perform equally or could be even better, which I don't really believe any better than these things. After experiencing these knives, I really wouldn't buy modern steel, powdered metal, high-speed tool steel. They perform better than these, but they are much easier to produce. They are much easier to maintain, and they are more rugged, resilient. These things are actually quite delicate if you put the kind of edge I do. Yeah, sorry about the garbage can noise. Hitachi white steel, they are great performer in the right hand, but these steels are not the easiest to forge, to heat treat, not the easiest to maintain for end users. They get corroded very easily. If you cut avocado and leave avocado on the blade, 30 seconds later, that avocado becomes totally black. It looks like you'd put some sort of grease or rubbing compound on the blade. So that story actually goes back to the opening of this video. Hitachi white steel isn't really profitable, isn't really easy to handle for both end users and knife makers. And why do people still want it? If you understand the people's mentality, people who would choose 1911 in 45 ACP in this day and age, over something like Smith & Wesson M&P 40 or even Glock 40 Smith. The reason I am making this video is because of their new company is not owned by Japanese people. So people who are going to make final decision whether to keep producing these steels or to discontinue. They are not the Japanese people, so you have no idea how long these steels are going to be in production. They won't disappear in a year or so, but in the future, in the long run, you kind of have to think 10 years from now on, 20 years from now on, it is possible that those steels are no longer available. If you want to know the detailed spec and Hitachi's suggested heat treatment, I will put a link in description below so that you can take a look. Because there is no Hitachi Steel website anymore. It's taken down. Instead, they have the spec sheet in the Proterial website, but you probably cannot find it unless you understand both Japanese and English and know about all these terminology and product name. So I'll make things easier for you to find it. Share with friends if you like. And I guess that's all for this video. I wanted to make a how to fix broken tip video to answer another viewer's question. And I went to Hidatuo the other day, took some videos and photos. So I also want to make a short video about Hidatuo in Berkeley. I said some are memorable, yes. So these are kitchen knives in regular use. Not right now, but at one point I used it a lot. Tsukijima Samoto, Mukimono. And my first Tsukijima Samoto Honyaki. And my second 築地正元本焼き. These two are the same knives, quite different in size now. I think before purchasing this one, I used it really hard almost every day for probably 8 years. If I were doing it now, I wouldn't have made it this small because I did a lot of experiment with this knife. So that's why a lot of material was removed from this blade. But yeah, if you use it daily, I mean literally every day, every night, in 8 years, the knife becomes about this much shorter than original. But well, I have to eat for now, so that's it for this video. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.